Welcome back to comics, to Hot Comics TV, and Gantz Oku's Masterworks of Gantz. This is the Omnibus, and that's my old copy of the Gantz Volume 2, which I purchased a while ago. Anyway, there it is. The Omnibus is probably the best way to go about this right now. I mean, especially with everything that that's happening with the other copies, the original ones from early 2000s. Only because they're out of print and it would set you back financially. So this is probably the way to go with this thing. So what's their continuation of Gantz? So here the team's already being assembled. And they're going into the mission to get the robot Suzuki. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway. And I think this is a musician, a singer, a Japanese singer that had the a large following back in pop charts in Japan. It's pretty funny that Oku is using pop culture characters into the manga. I mean, it's all sprinkled all over the stories. So Corona's made it into the mission, and Corona's got no special Gantz suit on it. So he was struggling with the bikers to get borrow one of the suits, but obviously he just got teleported. And I think at this time Gantz is already playing mind games with Corona. So these birds are hilarious. It's very clean. I love how Oku's manga gets constructed. Amazing stuff. Because he steps on the bird, the robot gets really angry about it. Got the ultrasonic sound going on. Yeah, Nishi gets in trouble in this one. Such a cool idea. This whole premise of all these comic books is so cool. Kato. He's always to the rescue. Yeah, Nishi cops it hard on this one. This is a crazy issue. I'm pretty sure this Omnibus is still easy available, so I don't think you had to break the bank to get this. Also, there's other ways to go on read this manga, read Gantz in its entirety, so you know what I'm talking about. So please don't stop you from having fun from just purchasing these manga volumes. I mean, that's the optimal way to go about it. And I'm always demanding more things. I'm always asking, why don't they print this in a bigger format, like they did with Berserk, you know? Yeah, that's what's inside these robots, these alien bird chicken things. which apparently are really stinky. The whole premises of this manga is insane, and that's why it's awesome. That's why I'm recommending it. Yes, a lot of gore and violence. Anyway, I'll forward speed things up, because this is gonna take a long time. I mean, they're in pursuit of the bird, and there's more of them around this neighborhood. And they just kill people at random, obviously. You can sort of see what happens to grandma and little boy. In the meanwhile, Corona is hanging out with the bikers. Not at his will, because they're forcing him to just go and take a look at where the alien is. But this is what cemented my love for Corona more than anything. How gutsy he goes into this crazy mission. And this bird, it's so awesome. This whole idea of this as a boss on this, it's just amazing. Oy. Nice digital illustrations. I mean, what they're doing here is that they're doing all these outline and then later on digitally coloring them up, which it looks really, really cool. I think I mentioned that in the process before, that all of this gets constructed digitally. Then they sort of create really this rough outline. Oku does, because he's got a team of artists that actually construct the whole comic after for him. He would do the rough layout, and then this would get transported onto whatever 3D software that they're using. I think they use this architectural software. They use Illustrator, they use Photoshop, they use all those tools, and then later on they start sort of constructing the models in 3D, because he's got a 3D artist to do that, and then they start drawing that. So they use that as a reference, sort of a template, and then they color it. They go through the coloring process, which this would be another thing that would be epic if it was color, but let's face it, it's not gonna happen. But who knows? I mean, look, we're getting Berserk. We got Berserk deluxe editions. Let's get a deluxe edition for Gantz. Yeah, this was so cool to see these. The character design behind this is just top notch. Love it so much. Kishimoto. Ugh, God. So as you can see this, like, he's going to go toe to toe with the bird, but obviously he's a boss and doesn't take it lightly. Awesome thing, how the building collapses in on itself. One of the best manga scenes I've seen in a long time. Yeah, this is where he kidnaps Corona. So good. And this is all in the anime. All of these events are taking place on the anime. So I always recommend at least season 1 of the anime, because the second season is just this is where the manga goes like this, and then the anime goes that way, because this took so long to be completed. But nonetheless, this is amazing work. They managed to go back. Butter dog. Kato-chan. Sadako. Yeah, this is where Case is starting to ask Kato. Hishimoto wants to, I don't know, shuck up with him, and obviously Corona is not happy about it. Now the only thing he can think of is of the hunt. Yes, this is the infamous episode. But this is what I don't understand. See, in the anime, they made the effort to show that once she runs away from Corona's apartment, and then she's like nicely sleeping in pajamas and whatnot. Who knows where she's sleeping at now? So that doesn't get elaborated on the manga, nor in the anime, it's a little bit darker because she's kind of like sleeping in the streets. But I would like to know what actually happens to her, because there's a lot of things that Oku leaves unanswered. So yeah, oh yeah, she's kind of like an analog to Lara Croft, I guess. That's what Oku was doing with this. And there's a bunch of other characters that make reference to other characters on this episode. We got like a Golgo 13 character. We got what else was there? There was like a bunch of other characters that have appeared across this manga that make reference to pop culture things. Okay. So Corona finally makes it into makes up the first relationship with a woman. Sai, I can't remember her actual name. Anyway, the Lara Croft analog. And this is such an infamous episode with the statues. This is so cool, this temple. Yeah, that's when they find out that they're real. Really well put together. I love how this illustration has been put together in digitally, as you can sort of tell the texturizing it. They're obviously build it up with airbrushing, sort of highlights in Photoshop. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Top digital work. Yeah, Corona stars to go a bit unhinged on these episodes. Cool. Gore and violence. Yeah, that's the Golgo 13 analog character, which is really cool. Yeah, she asks Corona to go out with her. She's a lot older. Like maybe by like she's like 20, he's probably 17 or 18 or something. Good for Corona for being gutsy on every single step. Yeah, and then the gigantic Buddha comes alive. And that's the cliffhanger where we leave episode 2 of Gantz Omnibus Volume 2. This is collecting like 3 books or 7 is Die Hard. Oh, his favorite film is Die Hard. That's awesome. Yeah, it's the greatest. What do you call it? Christmas movie all the time. Oh, Back to the Future. He kind of does look like Michael J. Does look like Bruce Willis. That's nice. RoboCop. Terminator. Mad Max. The Road Warrior. Yeah, good old butter dog. All right, so that's that. That's Gantz Volume 2. Highly recommend this manga. Try to read it in any way or format that you can. I highly recommend this. If you have not read it, tell me why. If you have read it, tell me what you think of it. Do you love it as much as I do? One of the greatest collections of manga, science fiction, horror, violence, everything encapsulated in one action volume. All right, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe and all those good things. Until next time, bye bye.